Okay, hello everyone, and welcome to a little tutorial that I'm going to be putting together. This was specifically requested by my older brother, who I play on the realm with. This is particularly pertaining to the World Builder add-on for Minecraft Bedrock Edition. So if you have it and don't know how to use it, these are some of the tools that I typically use, especially when I do a lot of my terraforming, which is something my older brother is very impressed with. So he tells me all the time, and even his wife and my younger brother's wife tell me that things look amazing, and that just really feels awesome. So while this is loading, again, this is for the World Builder add-on, or mod rather, for Minecraft Bedrock. And Nate, I hope you enjoy. If you have any other questions, or anybody for that matter has any other questions on this add-on, feel free to ask. I have gotten pretty proficient at it. I still would not consider myself an expert, but these are some tools that I use on a regular basis. So again, see, there's the world editor or world builder. Can just remove all my junk inventory here. Stuff I will not need for this video. Teleporting out to a random location. Yes, I did intentionally pick that number. Let this load in for a second and see our terrain and see what we've got to work with. Okay, looks like just came in off the water into a desert. Alright, we're going to get our tools here real quick. By the way, I'm doing an audio after I recorded the video because I'm having issues with my mic right now. So, yeah. I'm having to remember exactly what I did. But I kind of talked myself through it earlier so that I made sure to give myself time. Oh, one of these biomes. Yeah. But yes, this is not the best biome, especially for when it comes to blending. Later on, things get a little wonky. But I'll talk about that when we get there. So I need my tool brush manager. Block picker. Toolbox. Now there's some pre-existing shapes. There's sphere, cylinder, cone, line. They're all that greenish texture in mine. So they're very they look, you know, it says draw. You know, say draw and then the shape. So I'm gonna pick a spot. I'm gonna grab my block picker. Actually, my tool brush manager. So we're going to create a new brush. For this, we're going to pick a sphere. We're going to make it a size of 4. The other ones don't really matter for this. Save changes. And then I'm going to mask, select anywhere in the air, because we want to mask the air. We're building the shape from nothing. So again, then you name it. So for this, I'm doing demo sphere, and it's size of 4. And then if you've got a slot, it'll automatically put it into your inventory. And then you just shape it out. As long as it connects to something, it will mask the air, and you can just play around with different shapes. And this is your right click, like you're doing a, like adding adding a block. Now, Nate, I know you play on Xbox, so I don't know exactly what that looks like for you, but it's basically like you're placing a block. And then again, just kind of go around, get some different shapes. Now, next, I'm going to grab a different color, and I want to grab a block that will fall. So I'm grabbing a light blue concrete powder. I'm going to go ahead and place it so I can make a new brush. Now we're going to go with a cylinder brush. That's typically how I do it, and make it a size of 5. You especially don't want to play with the height here, and the other ones aren't really that important. So we're going to pick a block, mask, pick the air, good. Name it. So again, demo cylinder 5. And again, if you've got the slot in your inventory, it'll just pop it right in. And then again, just like the other one, just kind of make sure you're selecting an area that's already touching, and you just kind of shape it out. This is a great way to play with different shapes, blend them. Now, one thing, if you do sand or gravel, it will fall through the water. Now, because this one is the white concrete, or the concrete powder, as soon as it hits the water, it will harden. So when you go to blending, you'll have to blend 2 separate. But that's not really that big a deal. It's not a whole lot. Again, like I said, it gives you a chance to just play with different shapes, shape the terrain how you want. And again, and you'll see here, oh look, I have a little cave. And Nate, I know you love your caves. So we're going to try to see if we can get a cave that runs through from there. So we're going to kind of shape. I think the other end of the cave comes out up top here when I'm done. Just kind of play with it. Yeah. Oh, not that one. Again, just connect. Work it down, connect it to the existing landmass, shape to your liking. And of course, you can always go in with fine detail, one block at a time later on. Again, you see how the concrete powder is hitting the water and it instantly hardens. Yeah, so now I'm going to inspect, and we've got a little hole, a little cave, and it kind of goes up there. So Nate, I know how you love your cave systems. Now we're going to blend it into... Yes, but before we do that, I'm going to show you how I use the sphere. These are great for getting big shapes quickly to do a mountain or something like that. You can kind of shape off of something that doesn't already exist, and it really helps to. Yeah, so we picked a block texture. I think I picked the yellow terracotta, and just get your shape. There you go, you got a sphere. I'm just going to stack 3 on top of each other. You can play with different sizes, and then you can get one off the side there. And again, that's just get a quick shape so you can get like a mound or something. Okay, so now I think I'm going to get rid of the sphere. That block. Okay, I was looking for that. So how you notice how in this terrain, this is where I don't really like this terrain because it's a very specific line. You know, to simulate, you know, the multiple layers of eons of sediment. So I'm going to pick the different layers as they go up. Now we're going to come off over here, and we're going to just stack those. Kind of in that, not exactly in that order, but close. Okay, so now what we want to do is build a gradient. The easy part's done. This one's a little bit more tricky. Building gradients is a little bit more advanced. So we're going to go down. We do not want to be in fly mode. Want to right click with the block picker and crouch, and that's going to bring up gradients. So you'll notice I have a bunch. We're going to put like new, and I'm just going to call this demo mode or demo blend. Now, the blend amount is very important. For a randomized, completely randomized, you want 100, but for this, we want it that linear. We want it at 0. Select the bottom, come all the way up to the top. That's your gradient palette. So now I'm going to grab my toolbox, because see how it's got the line. So open toolbox, close toolbox. That line's done. We can delete that, and we can toss that toolbox out of our inventory. We don't need it anymore. We can toss the block picker out. We don't need that anymore for this tutorial. Now we're going to go back to our tool brush manager. So new brush. Yeah, sphere. Come on, Travis, pick it. Yeah, there you go, sphere. And I'm going to select a size of 6. Now for our block picker, again, we want to be in crouch mode, non-flying. That way, when we right click, it'll pull up gradients. We're going to scan all the way down. Demo blend, that's the one we just made. Oh. Yeah, I'm gonna get a little bit closer and redo that. So again, no fly, crouch, right click, gradients, all the way down, demo blend. Use gradient. Now for the mask, we want to select that light blue concrete. Now you can name gradients and brushes the same name without an overlap, because they're different file names. So now we're going to blend, and you'll see why I don't particularly like this, because with this one, now if you were to do like just, you know, one layer and then the next all the way around, one layer, next one around, all the way around, it would be a little bit better, but I didn't do that particularly on this one. So it's going to be chunky, you know, chunks of different layers of sediment deposit look at the end, but from afar it at least blends into the existing terrain. I'm going to turn my night vision on because it was getting dark. Again, from afar it doesn't look bad, but up close, if you're a stickler for geography and, you know, perfectionism about, you know, how the sediment would actually fall over eons, you know. If you're one of those types, this might be a little bit annoying, but again, from afar, looks nice enough. But typically, I'll do a blend. The blend mode, whenever I pick a gradient, it'll be 60 or higher, depending on what kind of look I'm going for and what kind of blocks I've got. So now I'm just retexturing all of that blue concrete powder. And we're blended in. And then of course, because you've got your cave, you'll see there's the hardened blue concrete. You can easily swap those out manually. We're going to go in here and just retexture everything inside. And then once this is done, people like my older brother Nate, this is where I would go in manually with a few different blocks and just kind of shape out what I want the cave to actually look like, the path I want it to take. That way you have the most control over it and you can shape it, but you've saved yourself a bunch of time by doing it, by building this out. Just making sure all the light blue is gone. Looks like it. Minus the hardened stuff, because that's a different block now. And there you go. Like I said, from afar, it looks like it was there all along. The closer up you get, the more you realize, yeah. But anyway, so now I'm going to teleport back to our Jurassic World build area. And I hope this was helpful. If not, let me know and I will get you a more detailed, try to answer some more questions that you got.